Hey guys, welcome back. You do not have a journal today because you are going to be embarking on your first essay journey, which will take you a few class days. So today we're going to do the first part where I talk to you about the essay, what it's going to look like, what you're going to put in it, and we're going to do like a prep exercise for this essay. And then you're going to be left to your own devices to work on the essay on your own for the next 2 class periods. All right, so let's kind of get started. Let's talk about what you have to do. So we're doing SAT essays, and that's what this is going to look like. The style of essay that you would see when you are taking the SAT, if you take the version that has the essay. So what they will have you do is read an essay that is argumentative. And then you are going to write your own essay explaining how the writer builds his or her argument. So here's the thing. The graders don't want to know if you agree or disagree with the issue in the text that you read. They don't care about that at all. Instead, they want you to analyze how that argument was constructed. What if you really hate this author's stance? It doesn't matter. You're going to need to set aside your heart and just examine the argument tools without criticizing the author. By the way, the ability to analyze an argument is the same skill set you'll need in college. So even if you never take the SAT, you should still be able to do what we're about to learn. On the day of the test, you'll have 50 minutes to make this happen. So like if you're taking the SAT, they're going to time you writing this essay. And then you're going to open up to that page and you're going to read the text you're given and write a whole essay, and it all happens in 50 minutes. But don't worry, there's a key to unlock this challenge. And don't worry, I am not going to time you. So this is what College Board wants. A 5-paragraph essay structure, clear identification of 3, count them, 3 specific rhetorical devices in the thesis, examination of each device, 1 per body paragraph, and a clear, efficient writer's voice with a bit of advanced vocabulary. So let's take a closer look at that. Here's kind of what your essay would be broken into: your intro, your body paragraphs with examples of different rhetorical tools, and your conclusion. So let's look at our intro. An intro paragraph is short. It's like 3 to 4 sentences. You're going to cite the author and the title of the work in your intro. That's super important. And then you'll summarize their stance in your own words. In your thesis statement, you will identify 3 rhetorical tools that the author uses. Those are going to be the 3 rhetorical tools that you write about in your body paragraphs. So here's some examples of some thesis statements from essays that were released by College Board. Example number 1, the author effectively builds his argument by using a personal anecdote, allusions to art and history, and rhetorical questioning. And the reason it has the author here in like brackets is because they wrote the name of the author they were talking about, and that's what you would want to do. Example number 2, strategies the author employs to support his argument include citation of compelling polls, reports made by prominent organizations that have issued studies, and a quotation from a prominent author. Again, they're giving you 3 rhetorical devices, and in brackets where it says author, they would have put that person's name. Not so tough, right? All right, body paragraphs. You need 3. 1 per rhetorical device that you chose to examine. So those would be stated in your thesis statement, and then you're going to write about them in your body paragraphs. Each body paragraph will be 4 to 8 sentences and will present a specific rhetorical device by directly quoting the passage from the text and explaining why the author would choose to use it and what effect it has on the reader. So, let's talk about examples of rhetorical tools. I'm just going to kind of go down the list of rhetorical tools you might see. So talking about the statistical information presented and its quality, the sources cited by the author and their quality, the connotation of specific word choices, his use of logical reasoning, his use of emotional appeals, his use of hyperbole, or her use, their use of allusion to other famous works, their use of rhetorical questions to engage the reader, their use of figurative language, which could be any piece of figurative language, the structure of the argument. So like how they shape it. Do they present the evidence from weakest to strongest, or do they have it organized in some other weird fashion? And there's lots of other things that they can do that'll help make their essay what it is. And then you'll write a conclusion. 3 to 4 sentences. Again, it's going to be short. You're going to restate your thesis, and then you'll end with a kicker or some sort of lingering thought. All right. Who sees this essay? So this essay that I'm grading, I see this essay. But the SAT essay itself, colleges will decide for themselves that they want to consider SAT scores as part of the admission process. Some will require the essay, some will recommend the essay, and some will neither require nor recommend the essay. So let's look at some schools and what they do. Here are schools that require the essay. Here are schools that recommend the essay. And here are schools that do not care about the essay. You can look up an updated list here if you want to see kind of how that's changed over the years. All right. How is this essay scored? There are 3 categories: reading, analysis, and writing. So you can earn up to 4 points in the reading category. And they're read by 2 different readers, and their scores are added together. This is also how the STAR test is done, so y'all should be used to this. All right. Do you have any questions about this? Hopefully not. We'll practice. So today I'm going to give you something to practice. You are going to be given the text you're going to read for this essay, and you're going to be given a sort of document to use to organize your thoughts about this argument that you're reading. Here's the important thing. You have to do this because it's a grade, but also if you do this assignment, it will help make your essay super easy, because essentially what I'm doing is suggesting things that you can use in your essay, and you're just filling in the blanks, and then you can pull whatever you want out of this document to make your essay. And it'll make it really, really easy if you do this document today. So that's what I want you to focus on. And I'm going to show you kind of what this looks like. So here's the document. Here's the essay you have to read, the argumentative text. It's called What Gets Students Motivated to Work Harder, Not Money. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree with this bro, Matthew Springer. We want to see what you saw in this text. Things like logical arguments that he makes with these like facts and statistics. Rhetorical questions, quotes from people. What kinds of things did this guy put in here to give this the wow factor that people need to help them agree with him? All right. And here is your writing summative assignment. And so it's going to ask you to like write an essay explaining how he builds his argument, blah, blah, blah. This is very much what it looks like on the SAT. And then here is what I have given you to do today, which is to deconstruct the argument. And I have gone through and asked you various questions, things I want you to hone in on and fill in these little boxes, blah, 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 blah. And you can use any of the things that you put in these boxes in your essay whenever you start writing it. So again, what I want you to do is do this Canvas assignment today. Make sure you submit it back to Canvas so that I can grade it. And then just if you have time today, you can go ahead and start on writing your essay. If you don't, you have Friday and the first class of next week. So the first class of next week will be when it is due. I know this is the end of your next class, but I extended it because I thought maybe you'd need a little bit longer since I'm not there. All right, so that is what you're doing.